Good morning, everybody. My name is George-Dahunsi. Today, I will talk about risk management framework. What is risk management framework? The risk management framework (RMF) is a structured process used to identify, assess, and manage risk in an organization's information system. Its main goal is to ensure that the systems are secure, they are reliable, and they meet the organization's security requirements. RMF is widely used in the federal government and by organizations that needs to follow certain security guidelines. But it can also be applied in any organization to safeguard the IT systems and data. To explain RMF in a way that a beginner can relate to, let's break it down using a real life example. The first step is to prepare. Preparation phase. Before diving into the RMF steps, you need to prepare your organization and systems for the process. This includes creating an RMF team, identifying stakeholders, understanding the system you are securing, and developing the right documentation. The real life comparison is, imagine you are setting up a new online store and want to ensure that the customer data, like credit card information, is safe. You start by setting up a team of IT specialists, security experts, and legal advisors who understand privacy laws. You'd also map out your store system, identifying all the areas that need protection. So the second step is to categorize the system. In this step, you categorize the system based on the impact it would have if it were compromised. This includes identifying the types of information and settling the level of security controls that will be needed. What it means, you start by identifying the types of data and the critical system you will be using. For example, if you have customer payment information, this is sensitive data and you will need extra protection. The real life comparison here is that thinking of this as figuring out what you are going to sell in your store, whether it's food, electronics, or high value jewelry. Each type of product requires a different kind of security to protect it from theft or damage. And the third process is to select our security controls. These steps involve selecting security controls from a list of options provided by NIST 853. The goal is to identify security measures that will protect the system according to its categorized risk level. What it means? Now you will pick the appropriate security measures based on what you have categorized. For sensitive data, you will use stronger security measures like encryptions, firewalls, and multi-factor authentication. So the real life comparison here is that it's like deciding how to protect your store. For food, you might need a freezer, a fridge. For high value items, you need security cameras, locks, and alarms. And our fourth process is implementing security controls. Once the controls are selected, it's time to put them into action. This means configuring firewalls, setting up encryptions, and implementing any necessary security systems. What this means is that this is when you actually put the chosen security measures in place. You may install antivirus software, configure firewalls, and set up encryptions on your systems. The real life comparison here is that now you have built your store and installed the locks, the alarms, and the shelves to store your products safely. You make sure everything is in place to protect your assets. And the fifth step is that we assess the security controls. We assess the security controls. Now you assess the effectiveness of the implemented security controls. This includes reviewing whether the systems works as expected and identifying any weaknesses. What it means is that after your controls are implemented and you assess how well they work, you test your system for vulnerabilities. Check that your firewalls is blocking the right traffic or that the encryption is working correctly. The real life comparison is that it's like performing regular check on your store. You might do surprise inventory check, make sure your alarm system is working, and test your lock to ensure everything is secure. And the sixth one is to authorize the system. In this step, a senior official called an authorizing official reviews the results of the security assessment. They decide whether the system can be used based on the risk identified and effectiveness of the security controls. What this means is that once you have tested and confirmed the security controls, you get approval to operate the system. This is usually done by a manager or a security expert who gives a formal go-ahead to use the system. The real life comparison here is that before opening your store to customers, you have to get clearance that everything is in place. Your security measures are effective, your staff is trained, and your operations are good to go. So the next one is to monitor the system. Once your system is up and running, you need to continuously monitor the security environment. This involves tracking performance, responding to incidents, and making sure the security controls remain effective over time. What this means is that after everything is up and running, you continuously monitor the system for any new risk. This means checking regularly for updates, tracking unusual activities, and responding to any threats. The real life comparison here is that now that your store is open, you keep checking to ensure nothing goes wrong. You regularly check the security systems, update the software, and make sure your staff is vigilant in keeping the store safe. So, key benefits of RMF. The first one is clear process. RMF provide a clear step-by-step process to make sure risks are identified and managed. And the next, security and compliance. It helps ensure that the systems are secure and meet necessary regulations like HIPAA, FedRAMP, and so on. Ongoing improvement. RMF emphasizes continuous monitoring, meaning you are always improving security, just like how you continuously check your store's security. So real life example, a bank's online banking system. Let's say a bank wants to ensure the safety of its online banking platform. Here is how RMFs will apply. The first thing is to prepare. Set up your team and documentation. The second one is to categorize. The bank would categorize the system as high risk because it deals with customer financial data. And the third one would be to select controls. It will choose security controls like encryption for data in transit, strong authentication for users, and monitoring tools to detect fraudulent activities. And the fourth one is implement. These controls are put in place by setting up secure servers, encryption protocols, and multi-factor authentication. And the fifth one is to assess. The bank will run tests like penetration testing to make sure the security controls are working effectively. And the sixth one is to authorize. Once everything is tested and approved, the platform is given the green light to operate. And the sixth one is to monitor. The bank constantly monitors its system for any unauthorized access, new vulnerabilities, or attempted cyber attacks. So RMF helps to ensure the bank's online banking system is both secure and compliant with regulation, just like how your store will stay safe and operate smoothly with the right security measures in place. Thank you.